Almost as long as the electric guitar has been around, people have built and modified their guitars instead of paying for expensive ones. But these days, there's so many good guitars for low prices. So the question is it worth building a Partscaster? What's going on, guys? I'm Cole Tinsley from Thunder and Whiskey, and today we'll be answering the question, is it still worth building a Partscaster? In case you don't know, a parts guitar or a Partscaster is a guitar made from individual parts, usually from totally different guitars. Many famous guitarists built Partscasters because the guitars they wanted to play didn't exist yet. So you may be wondering, what's so good about Partscasters? Well, building a Partscaster can be cheaper than modding a cheap guitar. So say you buy a guitar for $400 and you put $300 worth of mods into it. You may have a great guitar, but you just paid $700 for a guitar, and you could get just as great of a guitar for $700 or less. Now, buy a body and a neck for about $100 to $200 and put those same $300 worth of mods into that. You got a great guitar for almost as much as you paid to modify an already existing guitar. This is because when you buy a guitar, you're not just paying for the body and the neck, obviously, you're paying for all of the parts included. But when you just buy a body and a neck, and you buy the modifying parts separately, then you're not wasting so much money on parts that you're not going to use anyway. Another great thing about Partscasters is you get to do whatever you want. You can make a Les Paul with a Telecaster headstock, or you can make a Bass VI Jazzmaster, in case that sounds familiar. You can do all sorts of things, any crazy mod, anything you desire, whatever you want to whatever guitar. Now, one of the biggest reasons people build Partscasters is because they can be iconic. When you think of, say, Eddie Van Halen, I can almost guarantee the first thing that comes to mind is his Frankenstrat, which was a parts guitar. Now, of course, every great thing has its negative drawbacks. One of the biggest negative drawbacks of a Partscaster is that they can get expensive very quick. So you can easily start with a $200, $300 guitar build and slowly over time wind up spending $1,200 on this guitar that isn't exactly a $1,200 quality guitar. I've known some people who drop about $400 worth of mods into a $600 Epiphone when they could have just bought a $1,000 Les Paul, a Gibson Les Paul, that would be, honestly, in my opinion, a better guitar. And that brings me to the next point, is that you'll never get the money back that you put into it. No matter how much you spend, no matter how great of a guitar it is, if you build a Partscaster, it's not going to sell for as much as a name brand guitar. So like this guitar, I've spent probably about $400 to $500 on this guitar. If I'd sold it today, I could probably get $200, maybe $300 out of it. And another big drawback is if you don't know what you're doing, you can easily mess things up. So one of my earlier Partscasters that I tried to build was based off of an Epiphone Les Paul SL body. And I tried to route it out for humbuckers. I tried to repaint it. I tried to give it a better back cavity because it didn't have a cavity for the electronics in the back. I butchered that guitar so bad, and it is absolutely irredeemable. It sits in the back of my closet now, and it's the most messed up guitar I've ever owned. Partscasters, especially ones with a lot of really extreme modifications, can be very, very easy to mess up. Whether it comes from difficult wiring or a bad routing job or even just making the guitar body and cutting it wrong. People get them wrong all the time, and you can easily waste a bunch of time and a bunch of money doing this. But overall, my take on it is if you're building a guitar that doesn't exist already, something that's a passion project and you already have the experience to do it, building a Partscaster can be way, way better than just buying a cheap guitar. So now I'd like to show you this thing. This is my Bass VI Jazzmaster. I built it because I had this Jazzmaster body and I had a regular neck on it and I did not really care for how it was. I got this pre-wired pickguard from Amazon and it had Jazzmaster pickups in it, but they just sounded really like dull and not bright, not like I wanted. They were really cheap garbage pickups. So I decided to buy this Bass VI neck because I really wanted a Bass VI. So I had to relocate the bridge. I swapped out the pickups for humbuckers. I gave it a reverse phase switch, and I turned these two into VCC knobs, which means all the way at 0, they are single coils, but all the way at 10, they're humbuckers. Building this guitar was a lot of fun. There were a lot of things that went wrong, and currently, this part of the pickguard, if I tap on it, the signal cuts out. It kind of works like a kill switch, even though I also have a kill switch on this guitar. But in general, this thing was a whole lot of fun to make, and there's no other Bass 6 like it. So, hey guys, post-recording clarity, Cole here. I realized there's a few things I forgot to mention about this guitar. So number one, the license plate on it actually came from my pickup truck, and it's what the pickup rings are mounted to. So if not for that license plate, the pickup rings would not be connected to anything. Number two, the neck that's on it was broken when it arrived, and I meant to use it for another guitar, and I fixed it with some tight bond hide glue. And it looks terrible, but it feels great and it holds together well, so that's all that really matters. That's just some things I wanted to throw out there because I forgot to mention them in the video. Alright, bye! I had a lot of fun building it, and I feel like you could have a lot of fun building a Partscaster too. But let me know in the comments if you ever built a Partscaster. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see more guitar and music related content. Keep thinking outside the box, and I'll see you next time.